What's going on, YouTube? DFS Quarry back again with another main slate breakdown for Saturday, October 13th, 2018. We got 9 games on the main slate here. Realize there is probably going to be a couple different early slates here, but we're going to just stick on the 9-game main slate here. It starts 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. With me tonight, Jared. JSMiner87 on Twitter. You can follow him over there. My name is Joe. You can follow me at JoeMiner3131 on Twitter, and you can also follow the channel at DFS Quarry on Twitter. Jared, how are you today?
Well, pretty bored with no games on tonight. Yeah, I thought they'd at least pop us 1 or 2 for the sake of sanity, but it gives us all a good chance to look at our lineups for tomorrow. We got a large list of games. Done a lot of research tonight to support the crowd for the video here.
Yeah, I don't understand why there was no games. And I listened to NFL Network for most of the day on Sirius XM. And there was like no answers to that. Everybody was just kind of bewildered. And I think there's another day coming up real soon where we have no games, which, whatever. I guess from what I understand is what they were saying is the teams have a say in when they schedule home games because of scheduling conflicts with other things, other events going on in the arenas and whatnot. But they don't have much of a say when it comes to road games. But with that being said, I just still don't understand why they started the season the way they did. I understand New Jersey and Edmonton with the long delay, but the Florida games, you had Tampa and Florida both that didn't play. They're behind. You got teams that played 2 games so far, and you got other teams that, like Toronto, I think they played 5 already. So it doesn't make much sense to me. But with that being said, whatever, we got a pretty good slate here. Coming up, like we said, with the 9 games, we got plenty of opportunity for plays, plenty of opportunity for goalies, and I think the slate's pretty much wide open. I'm gonna try to cross some games off here as we go and as we talk through them here. So with that being said, you ready? We'll just jump right into it here.
I'm ready. Lay it on me.
All right, here we go. We got Pittsburgh and Montreal going into Montreal. Let's repeat a couple of games ago here. Pittsburgh's a -162 favorite, and we got an over-under of 6. Looks like we're going to have DeSmith for Pittsburgh and Carey Price in the net for Montreal here. What do you like in this one?
I like cash game play here. I like Pittsburgh. Looking at the stats on here, Sidney Crosby hasn't yet to score a goal this year. 3 assists on the year for him. But like you said, it falls into one of those Pittsburgh's only played 3 games. So that is a point a game for production's sake. There are some good plays here. Pittsburgh power play is in line. One person I like here a lot is the production so far out of Patrick Hornquist along that line with Sidney Crosby. He's averaging 4 shots a goal, so you're getting that 2 points alone just in shots for Patrick Hornquist. So he gets on the board. You might be in the flame status just off 1 goal with a 5.5-point night for Hornquist's sake. And he comes in a solid price, $6,100. So his price has went up from last year when I'm sure he was in the 5,000s. He might have even been around 5,400. He's only got 1 point on the year. That first line has yet to break out, and you almost expect they're really going to break out. Gensel has the 3 goals, I understand that, and Crosby with 3 assists, but you'd almost expect some more production there. You looked at Malkin and Letang last game. They were the line that was on fire. I still like that first line in play for this one particularly. And looking at Montreal here, they couldn't score on Vancouver, and Just Smith really shocked me the other night. I think he's in play here. I think he's in play going against a Montreal team that just can't seem to get it together. They get it together shots. I know I played a couple guys just for the sake of shots because they shoot a lot, a couple of those guys. In particular, Kotkaniemi. Sorry if I butchered that name. And also Joel Armia, both getting around 3.3 shots a game. And then there was also another one that I liked the other day. Lakeinen is another one that I liked, but I really would be hard-pressed to think anyone's going to play the Montreal side in a cash game. Take a chance maybe in the GPP that DeSmith has a bad night, but I'm on Pittsburgh here first top line.
Yeah, I agree with you for the pretty much all that. I can't see myself playing anybody from Montreal. I'll get that out of the way. I do not believe that Carey Price is in play at all either. I'm not sure if I'm going to play Pittsburgh, but if I was going to play Pittsburgh at all, I think I would actually target I mean, I agree that the top line is bound to break out here at some point. Crosby possibly playing a little bit reserved, maybe. But my picks from Pittsburgh would be Malkin, Kessel, Gensel, Crosby. If you're gonna play any defense here, it would be Letang, it would be Schultz, and maybe a shot on Dumoulin. And that's where I'd fall. You know, Malkin is, already has 6 points on the year, playing extremely well. Kessel with the hat trick the last game. Letang is possibly in maybe he's having a career year here, to be honest with you. Already 74 minutes on ice this year already. Playing extremely well, I think. We know Justin from Yinzer on Hockey is a Letang hater for some reason. We can't figure that out. So, yeah, I think Pittsburgh's really in play here. And I agree with you about DeSmith. I think they're in play, that he's in play. You know what I mean? Yeah, Pittsburgh's in play. I'm with you 100%. You got anything else on this one?
Not on this one.
I really like Malkin, man, for certain. And I don't mind Letang either, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I know last game there, Malkin probably could have had another point if Hagelin could have finished it off. He had a couple real good close passes to Hagelin, and he just couldn't deflect them right by in last game against Malcolm Subban.
Yeah, I agree with you. I really like Malkin. Next game. Columbus heading into Tampa Bay. Disappointing Tampa Bay, that is, if I might say so. We got an over-under of 6 here. Minus 180 for Tampa Bay. Home favorite, minus 180. It seems a little high to me, but whatever. We got Bobrovsky going for Columbus and Vasilevsky going for Tampa Bay. What do you like in this one, Jared?
Yeah, you definitely said it right there. The early season struggles for Tampa Bay continue through 2 games. I'd shock it. Tampa fans should feel blessed they even have 1 win here in that overtime game. But their power play hasn't got it together. They've yet to score a power play. The bright side is they're perfect for penalty kills. But they are taking a lot of penalties in a game out of their 2 games. They're averaging 4.5 penalties a game. And they wouldn't be 0 for 9, I don't think, if they wouldn't have played Vancouver the other night. Well, I guess that was last night. I like Columbus here just for that fact alone. 4.5 points. Columbus is at 22%. 22% conversion rate on that power play. So I like Columbus power play line here, and let me get you who that would be. I'm sure Panarin's on that first power play, and I'm sure Werenski's on that first power play. So, yeah, there are the guys bringing out the wind. You also got Pierre-Luc Dubois, Nick Foligno, and Anthony Duclair on that first power play line. All are getting points, and you can see there you got 3 points out of Luc Dubois, 7 points so far on the year in 4 games for Panarin. Werenski has 2, so I think you're going to have those guys in play, and this is a power play stack game here. I don't think you're taking the first line Columbus itself. I think you want to stick to that power play pairing. And then the beauty of that power play pairing is to grab that offensive defenseman. I know we both try to really enjoy this and of having an offensive guy minded in the defense just so you can get those points. And what a bargain for Werenski here. 4,900 salary. Give me him all day in this power play line that has been, they've been what, getting 5 goals a game here. You'd be out of your mind not to take them. With anything else on the slate, there's a lot of other opportunities here. I would personally wait off a game or two to see if Tampa Bay's just having some struggles or if maybe Yzerman didn't foresee some chemistry there that's just not working. But I like Columbus here. And you know what? I think Bobrovsky's got to be at least a look at here. He's probably going to come at a higher price tag here, and let me just see. Yeah, actually, no, 7,200 here. I think he is in play for sure against a struggling Tampa Bay team. And that's all I have.
Totally 100% on board with you. I think I am personally going to stay away from Tampa Bay here. As far as Columbus, I agree with you on Bobrovsky for certain. And definitely like Columbus here, man. 3-1 on a year. They have 105 shots already on the year, so they're shooting well as a team. Could be a little better. They're giving up 102 shots also, so there is some shooting possibilities here for Tampa. It's just, can they beat Bob or not? I don't think so here. I think you play Columbus. I agree with you. I'm going with the power play for certain. And I don't know how. I mean, this is almost, I think, a lock for me all day. Panarin, Foligno, Duclair, Dubois, right? And Werenski all day, man. I mean, Panarin, like you said, already 3 goals and 4 assists on the year. Foligno has 2 goals, 2 assists on the year already. These guys are playing incredible, man. And Werenski now, since he's come up on that power play, is playing awesome. I cannot wait until Seth Jones comes back. I think Columbus has it together here. Tampa Bay's side of it, I think, oh man, I'm afraid. I really am. I would like to play them, but they just haven't shown enough. Vasilevsky, the last game I played him, totally disappointed. I think I'm going to fade Tampa Bay. I'm going to cross them off. So that's all I got on this one, I think, man. You got anything else, or you want to move on here?
Let's move on to the next one.
Next game, Toronto at Washington. Washington broke a lot of hearts the last game here. We got an over-under of 7 on this game. A -120 home favorite for Washington. We're going to have Anderson at Holtby, and I don't want no goalies. What do you got here?
I think this here is going to be your highest owned game by far here, and some great great scoring chances, great offensive guys. I don't see Anderson posting the same shutout, especially coming on a back-to-back. Everything I've read, they said don't blame that on Copley. Give them a chance here, putting up 6. They just said Washington gave them no help at all, let them out to dry. I think the obvious are in play here. You look, you got Tavares, you got Morgan Riley. I think Morgan Riley's a must in lineups right now. He's a 6,000 price tag, but he's leading the league, tied for the league leading points at 12. A point streak, I think, in every game. I think he's got a 5-game point streak or a 4-game point streak, one of the two. Just lighting it up. Matthews having a great year as well. But you know what? I'm saving the price tag here. I know me personally, I'm playing John Tavares over Matthews just for that little bit of price savings here of 600. Matthews or Tavares gets you the shots, 4.2 shots per game, and you combine that with 3.8 shots per game that Morgan Riley's averaging. I like that combo here. But if you did want to go with if you wanted to stack that top Washington line, I think what you really might want to look at on the savings side for Toronto is way down on that third line, Nazem Kadri, getting some power play minutes, 4 points at a 4,000 price tag. He is normally on their third line. You look at Lars Eller, who's centers the third line for Washington, -5 this year through 4 games. So I think Kadri is a play here along with Connor Brown at 3,100, and he also gets power play time. I think the third pairing of them, that team is Par Lindholm, but he's getting 12 minutes a game with only 1. He gets you blocks. You know, he's got 7 blocks for Par Lindholm, but I like that Kadri pair with Connor Brown if you want to play the other side thinking Washington's going to win. So if you want a Ovechkin, Kuznetsov, or Backstrom, any of those guys, they are in play. But if you're going to balance that out on a particular GPP line or something, I'm looking at that third line in Toronto going up against Lars Eller, who's pretty atrocious, you know, on the plus-minus this year.
As far as this game goes, if I go at this game, I'm only going at it one way and one way only, I think. And I think it's to play to fit in some way, somehow, right? As much of this top power play line as you can on both sides of the ice. You're looking at Morgan Riley. 12 points on the year already. That's crazy. I mean, this cat is playing out of his mind for Toronto. Austin Matthews, 12 points on the year. John Tavares, 10 points on the year. Marner, 10 points on the year. That's your scoring right there, right? That those 4 guys are at the top. And then once from Marlowe, you're dropping down to Kadri, who's got 4 points on the year. Not bad. You know what I mean? I like Kadri a lot. You get the price savings there. You don't get him, or do you? Yes, you do. You get him on the top line so of the power play for Toronto. So he's in play, man. And this is how it would go for me in this order as far as plays, because I also like Kapanen. Kapanen's got 4 points on the year. He's got a goal and 3 assists. In 5 games. Extremely cheap. So I do like him. Now, he's not on the top power play line, but if you need some savings, you can drop down to him. So I like from Toronto, Riley, Matthews, Tavares, Marner, Marlowe, even. You could play him. Kadri and Kapanen. Mix them and match them up just to try to get price savings. But like I said, trying to preference the top power play line. Washington, I believe, is not, man, this game could really go high scoring, to be honest. I think it could go over to 7. and I would do the same thing. I believe with um, Washington, like I said here. Um, I would attack that top power play line. And obviously, I'm trying to make sure I get Ovechkin in there. Um, because that cat can score 2 goals at any time. And if I'm playing them, I'm playing them in, the top power play unit. Oshie, Backstrom, Kuznetsov, Ovechkin, Carlson for defense. I don't have a problem with him. Um, like you said, Conley, um, 3 points in 4 games. You can't knock that. He's definitely, in play. I hate to say this, man. Even Brooks Orpik is in play. That's disgusting to even say that. But I don't want the goalies here. So, if I'm looking at Washington, it's definitely going to be Kuznetsov, Oshie, Backstrom, Carlson, Ovechkin for certain, Conley for savings, Kucherov, he's fine. So that's all I got with this one.
Yeah, I agree. And a lot of you almost can pick anyone in this game that could score. It seems like.
Yeah, I mean, you can mix and match these guys up any which way, and you could play these guys in cash too. They're going to be heavily owned. I mean, you can jump right on board and just play them, but however you want to do it. And you could do it in a GPP too, but I think they're going to be highly owned. And I mean, if you're going to do it, you're going to have to play the top guys, and they're going to be expensive, man. It's going to be hard to fit them all in. So you're definitely not going to be able to game stack this at all.
I'm praying for 2-1 because it's going to devastate the hearts of many.
Oh, you ain't kidding, man. I'll probably stay off it for that reason. Whatever. Next game, Vancouver going into Florida, take on the Panthers. We get an over-under of 6.5 in this one. Florida is a -195 home favorite. We got Markstrom going to be taking on Reamer. What do you like in this one?
Love this game more than the Washington-Toronto game, personally. I think this is going to be a great game. I think there's going to be a lot of action here, and I like both sides here. Give me a power play line from both teams here all day. You've seen DraftKings has already adjusted some salaries on Vancouver's side with that Elias Pettersson coming out with a bang on a rookie year with 7 points through 4 games. He's on that top power play unit that Florida has given up 2 power play goals through 6 chances. So they're only converting at 66% penalty kill. So I think they are in line for that reason alone. And the great thing about this game is the mid-price points. You don't got through this whole game, aside from the goalies, you don't got a guy that's over 6,000 for salary. So I like Florida to win this game, and Vegas kind of shows it. Looking here, Florida hasn't got a power play goal yet, but Vancouver's taking 5 penalties a game. You got to assume that they're going to at least get 1 power play goal, if not 2 tomorrow. I like Barkov. I like Dadonov. Give me Vincent Trocheck down here for how much would he be? He must not have played. I don't see Trocheck's name for some reason. Let me go back to this other page. Maybe he doesn't have stats this year yet. Trocheck's 6,300, but I don't know why he's not on my page. But, yeah, I like Dadonov. He had a multi-point game. I like Keith Yandel coming in at 4,700. And, a guy that I kind of have a sneaky feeling about at left wing is Mike Hoffman, 5,500 price tag. He doesn't have any points yet on the year. I think he come over from that trade there. He's getting 3.5 shots a game through two games, along with Huberdeau. I think this is going to be a high-scoring game from both sides. Vancouver getting 4 goals a game average. They come in sneaky late, it seems like. I look and I see games, and it's like Vancouver barely got 1-2 goals fighting to see if they're even going to win the game. Somehow they get 4 goals, and you don't know how they did it. and I'm not sure if any of them were empty net last time. I think you told me earlier today it was Vatanen that or Vertanen, maybe it was. Yeah, Vertanen that got you that empty netter yesterday against Tampa. So I like this game. I think there's going to be a lot of action in it. Call it 7 goals, 4-3, but I think you got to get a piece of that top line any way you can. If you get them in the same as a GPP play, if this game goes off and you got a piece of both teams, and you hope that Washington-Toronto game doesn't go off, you're going to pass a lot. And you're going to be in the money line pretty quick in a GPP tournament. So I like this game for that reason. Reimer could be in play here. If you went against the Vancouver side of things, thinking that 4 goals really isn't accurate, Reimer would see a lot of shots, and I think they could actually. Vancouver, I think, either gets 3 goals or they get 1 goal or even shut out here. So Reimer would be someone I might see some interest in, but Markstrom, I don't have interest.
Yeah, I actually wish that Nielsen was starting for Vancouver because I'd like to take a shot on him in this game in a large field GPP. If he would so happen to hit, man, oh, buddy, that would be beautiful. But nonetheless, we're not going to be able to do that. Vancouver side of it, I like Florida in this one. To be honest, I think they're going to have a, they played well against Columbus, man. I just think Columbus is a very good team. You know what I mean? I do. I can't wait till Seth Jones gets back, man. I mean, it's really going to solidify what they have going on in Columbus. But as far as the Vancouver side with this one, I do like Pedersen, Edler, Bertish, Horvat, all from the top power play line. I like Vertanen. He's not on a power play, I don't believe. Goldobin, he's on the second power play. Eriksson on the second power play from Vancouver. If you want to play the Vancouver side, definitely Pedersen. He's a rookie, but man, he's killing it. He's leading this team. There's no doubt. 7 points, 4 goals, 3 assists already on the year. You got Edler with 4 assists on the year. Doesn't have a goal yet. Eriksson, 3 assists on the year. Doesn't have a goal yet. You're waiting really on your bigger guys to really start stepping up. I think Bo Horvat, is going to, get it going here eventually and start scoring. The Florida side of it, really for me, it's going to be Dadonov. It's going to be Barkov, Yandel, but it's Big Jegstad, I think it is. Man, I don't know how to pronounce that name. And Trocheck. I think you were struggling to find Trocheck earlier. I believe he is injured. Was injured and just came back from an injury. That's why his stats are way down there, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty certain that's what the issue was. But like you said, Dadonov sort of leading the team. They only played 2 games so far. It's kind of hard to judge the Florida teams, Tampa Bay and Florida both themselves. It's hard to get a read. They only played 2 games there, so let's just kind of bear with them. But I like Florida's offense too here, man. Dadonov and Barkov for certain. I think they're in play. I like your call on Yandel for certain. I already had him wrote down, man. And Trocheck, I did have wrote down too. He's on the top power play line. I don't know what you said his price was. 6,200, I believe you said.
3. Yep, I confirmed that.
Yeah, that's not. It's not too bad if you're gonna stack them up. I wouldn't let him out anyway. But I definitely like Barkov, man. I think he got to see this year, so I think he's playing for something. So I like the whole game. I like really both sides of it. Vancouver-wise, I'm only doing that in a GPP, though. Florida, I believe, is in play for both. Not sure. Shouldn't get much ownership out of this game at all. Not on a 9-game slate anyway. And I believe Reamer is in play also, but I don't know what his price is, but probably just a cash game play for me with Reamer. That's about it from Florida and Vancouver. You got anything else?
No, sir.
All right, we'll move on to the next game. We got Anaheim going into Dallas, and we don't have a line on this one. I don't have a line on this one anyway. There could be one out. Where I go for my source, it's not out. We got John Gibson facing up against Ben Bishop. I like a lot of the Dallas in this one, but who do you like?
This is a fade game for me. We might have a difference of opinion here on this one, but this game for me is just too high risk when you look at other games on the slate. Anaheim gives up 1.5 goals a game, and that's in 4 games. So Gibson's been red hot, so I think it's almost a little bit too scary given the price tags to mess with this game, to be honest with you. I mean, the scoring so far really has come from that top line of Dallas at Sagan and Klingberg from the defense and Ben. Those alone, 78, 5,900, and 7,200. It's a high price to pay on a team that has just been hands down best team defensively. At that 1.5 goals given up by Gibson, who's been really on a tear. When you look at Anaheim, they're going up against Ben Bishop, who is probably hungry to have a good game after that Toronto fiasco. I believe that was his last game. He had 1 goal in 63 shots the first 2 games. I think this is going to be a low-scoring game. Call it 2-1. Bishop could be a cash game play because I think Dallas wins. I have a trouble believing Anaheim's real, given all their injuries and whatnot, and they certainly are matching up against the best team they've ever played this year. So I like Dallas for the win with Bishop, but Bishop comes at a cost. But he's a cash game play. Don't GPP him because he's probably going to get 20 shots, and that's it from Anaheim, who's not known to shoot at all. They're like getting 21 shots a game. It's really, you would think that they would have fixed that, but that's their style. That's, if you look back at Anaheim teams in years past, they just have a style that they don't do a lot. They like possession and they like low shots, and that's just the nature of them. But you know what? The final note here, I'm fading this game. It's too risky for me.
Yeah, I don't think so, man. I don't want no part of John Gibson, and I'll be honest, man. The stat that is crazy. The reason I don't want John Gibson is this reason. Their scoring chance save percentage on the year right now is 97.46%. No way, no how that is sustainable. It's just no way. But with that being said, there is some offensive plays here you can make. If you want to play Anaheim, I'm not going to play Anaheim. But if you want to play Anaheim, Silverberg, Henrique, Raquel, Comtois, all in play, right? Silverberg is 5 points on the year. He's got a goal and 4 assists. Henrique has a goal and 2 assists. Raquel has a goal and 2 assists. You got Comtois, a goal and 2 assists. Or no, I'm sorry. Comtois has 2 goals and 1 assist. So all them guys are in play. I don't have a problem with them at all. But I'm on Dallas' side here, man. I really am. The top line of Dallas, that's where all of their scoring comes from. The top line of Seguin, Radulov, and Ben, you got Seguin has 8 total points on the year. You have Radulov has 7 total points on the year, Ben has 6 total points on the year, and I believe that they're on both top lines, if I'm not mistaken. I know it's the first line on even strength. I think they're great plays. And if you want to play someone from the defensive side, you can play Klingberg. So that's it for me. I mean, them other guys, a little cheaper to save some price, save some money. You can play Lindell on the defensive end. You know, you could probably play a little bit of Spezza. I think he's a third line center, and you could probably play a little bit of Carrick on the defensive end. But Carrick's getting, you know, okay minutes so far, but I think it's still a little bit down for me, but he should be cheap. And he does have 3 points on the year, so he's efficient as far as that goes. But that's it for me. I really like the top lines. Again, Radulov and Ben, man, that's where you want to be if you're going to play this game. And Jared, I guess we're on opposite ends of this one because I totally believe that Dallas is for real. And I think that people are down on them. I don't understand it, but I think they're for real. I'm going to be on the Dallas side of this, and I'll play Bishop, no problem. I'll play him in cash. I could even take a shot on him in a GPP, although, like you said, that the Anaheim does not shoot much, so might not be the greatest idea in a GPP, but I do think he's almost a lock for the win. That's all I got.
Hey, we have our differences, and that's what makes it fun.
Sure. That 97, come on, man. 97% save percentage on scoring chances allowed. Come on. No way. There's no way that's sustainable. That's I mean, he's breaking all kinds of records this year if he can do that. All kinds. No way.
Just like your hatred with Dubnyk, Gibson was my reason I won in my big GPP last year. So I think, I find it hard to turn against him.
Well, you can have all the love in the world for the guy. I don't care about that, man. Write him love notes, send him out, whatever you want to do. But, I mean, I just think that, man, I don't know. I just think that Dallas is better than what people think, man. Rookie head coach, too, I might add. I think he actually came up from college level, if I'm not mistaken. I'd have to double check on that, but I'm almost certain of that. Next game, you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, we got the New York Islanders heading into Nashville. We got an over-under of 6, and we got Nashville as a minus 235 home favorite. And it looks like we're going to get Robin Lehner going for the Islanders and Pekka Rinne going for Nashville. What do you like in this one?
Well, shout out to Myron, who's on the live chat. How you doing tonight, Myron? Personally here, I like the idea of playing an Islanders power play here. And yet the cheaper of the Islanders here. I think it's Jordan Eberle, and I like a Josh Bailey. Look at the price tag you get on these. 4,200, 4,500. Yeah, they've had 11 power play chances, but they've converted on 3 of those for 27%. And likewise, the other way has happened where Nashville's given up 3 on 11 chances. So you got a good power play chance here in play. Like I said, it's hard to really gauge who the teams played this early in the year. Nashville's a front runner. If you look at power rankings, they did drop in the power rankings this year, and their play has certainly been nothing short of questionable. They've not broken out for that big game yet. Last game, they did have a shutout from Rinne, right? Last night against Winnipeg, it was 3-0, right? Yeah, so they did bust through with Rinne in a big way, but not gonna lie, Winnipeg, when they're not scoring a lot, they've struggled. I think they were in this, what was the last Saturday, whoever they played them scored 1. So Winnipeg, although they've had that offense, that should be capable of scoring. They have showed that a little bit of early season struggles. So I like the plays that I told you there, that first power play line. Matt Barzal, I think that the reason I really want to maybe fade Barzal due to his 6,000 some on his price tag. So a little bit more money. Yeah, 6,000, a little bit more money, and I'd like to grab a little bit of other offensive power from different games. But I do like that chance of, bringing down in maybe that third wing utility slot as a 2-pair on that power play, 2-guy pair in a lineup. It's not going to cost you much money, and you can also hit, if you wanted to hit that Washington Toronto game, you're going to need money to get involved in it. I think here's where your play comes in with minutes, 17 minutes a game. For those guys, great play. Likewise, I'm really not sure on the Vegas side of things. I could see Nashville winning in a landslide too. So I could see Rene being a play in this too, and coming out with another shutout even. So it's a risky play, and I'm probably going to fade it most likely. But if I do play any, it's going to be those 2 guys at a low price. That's all I got.
Yeah, I don't want much on the side of the Islanders at all. Bailey, Barzal, maybe Philippa. He's in play, I guess. Anders Lee, however he pronounces it. We're kind of waiting on him a little bit. I think he's got a lot more potential than what we've seen so far. It's only been 3 games for them. Boychuk on the defensive side, he's playing a lot of minutes. Probably cheap. Polak, he's playing a ton of minutes. He's got a point on the year. I don't know what his blocks are, but he's in play. I don't mind him. If you want to play the Islanders, I'm not going to play him. I like Leonard in a GPP, to be honest with you. I don't know how highly owned he's going to, some people are going to use him, but I think, if you get the right offense with him, you could, and he goes off, man, you could win a GPP with him. I'm not certain about Rene, man. I don't trust him. I kind of like the Nashville side here, but I feel like I'll be let down again if I play him. So I kind of don't want to play him. I'm kind of like in that wait and see kind of mode. I don't know. Maybe not. But if you're going to play Nashville, it's Subban. It's Ellis, Ekholm. I guess give me some Forsberg. Roman Yossi playing a ton of minutes. Sissons, Arvidsson, Turris. I guess all these guys are really in play. You could stack them up all kinds of different ways here. It's kind of pick your poison if you trust them, man. And I'm not certain I trust them yet. 9-game slate, 3 goals is not going to win a GPP. Period. You need more than that. So if you're going to stack a team up, you need more than 3 goals out of them. If you want to run a different kind of strategy, maybe pull a pairing off of here. Maybe a Subban and Forsberg pairing or something like that. Maybe just 2 off the top line. That would be fine too. But I don't think you stack this team up. So that's what I got for that one.
Yeah, definitely a fade game, I'd say, on this one too.
Yeah, I just don't. The minus 235 may be right, but that's not saying it's going to be high scoring. The over-under of 6, that seems like what everything is this year, right? I mean, you get a few 5.5s, but I mean, listen, we have an over-under of 7 on this slate, honestly. You know what I mean? So they're thinking that Toronto, Washington's going to put up goals. The over-under of 6 is an average anymore for over-underers. So that doesn't, not for a GPP, man. That's not impressive. You need them goals, man. You need 5, 6, 7 goals on a 9-game slate. That's all. We're not playing a 3-game slate here. I'm going to try to, get my options down to what would be a 3-game slate anyway. You know what I mean? And cut the slate down for myself. But there's still 9 games on the slate. Any of them could go off. That's why they play the games. We're just hoping we get the right ones, man. We're following the numbers towards the right ones anyway. What we would think. Next game, regardless, St. Louis and Chicago. I do have interest in this game. There's no over-under in this game, and we don't have a line on this game. Either way, I think that this game is no more than a -120 on either side. I'm not certain which way this is going to go. I'm sort of thinking that it's going to be a Chicago favorite because they're at home, and the over-under on this could be 6, 6.5. I don't see it being less than 6 though. Period. I do like some of this game. What do you like here?
Ding, ding, ding! Game stack of the night right here in this one. This is going to be a 5-4 type game, and you're going to get goals and points from the likely candidates. That's the beauty of this game. I know I hit last night on being the only one that picked David Perron. Let me tell you, no strategy on that except the cash savings. I think he was he's 3,900 today. I think he might have been cheap for the other night. So love this play. Here's one where I wouldn't even look at the power play potential for the Chicago side. I would probably stick with the guys that have been scoring, which I think they're all just the top line there with Jonathan Taves, Dominic Cahoon, and Patrick Kane. Look at the price you get with Cahoon, 3,300. He's got 3 points on the year in 4 games. Give me Cahoon. Give me Kane at 6 shots per game average through 4 games, 7 points on the year. He's putting up numbers for you guys. It's steep price at 6,400, but definitely in play. You combine them up. Jonathan Taves, another 8 points on the year. And he's getting 3.75 shots a game. All potential. You look here from the other side of St. Louis, you still got Tarasenko. He's getting you 2 goals on the year, but where's he come into play through his 3 games? Shots. 20 shots, 3 games for a 6.67 average. Use your head, guys. That's 3.5 points guaranteed just in him shooting the puck. He puts one in, you're looking at 7 points. That's a pretty good night. You maybe get an assist out of him, bump it up 9 points. You're having a great night if you get that production. Likewise, I think defensively from St. Louis, you're always going to take a gander at Parayko and forget who their other one is, Pietrangelo. So you got them in play. They're a little steeper priced here. Chicago side, I don't know. Duncan Keith's there. He's got 3 assists, but he's still 5,000. I would like if DraftKings would probably bump him down, but they're probably not going to. That being said, maybe you just jump down and get Brent Seabrook. I like him. 2 points, 4 games at a 4,600 price tag with 5 shots on the year. Duncan Keith does get you the shots, 13 on the year. Don't think that David Perron's going to have another hat trick tonight. Tomorrow. Be nice if he did, but you know what? The goal potential's there even at this game. They let Cam Ward out to dry, and he's still there. An interesting one that has had a slow start, though, is Tyler Bozak. I would maybe make it pay attention to him. He is getting 16 minutes of ice time, and he only has 1 assist on the year. But those that follow Tyler Bozak know what he's capable of. And against a Chicago team that basically has no goaltending, I think he might even be in a nice play at a nice solid 3,900 price tag. So a lot of plays in this game. Definitely, mark some down on your sheet and a GPP poll or in a cash game. I think both sides equally are in play for a lot of points. And that's all I have on that. Well, no goaltending.
I totally agree. Do not play either goaltender in this game. They both suck. They just suck, dude. They, they suck so bad. Oh man. But I do like St. Louis here. You and I talked about it the other day in the afternoon. Uh about St. Louis. I hate to say this, man. I missed Perron. I did, and it disgusts me that I missed him, man. But I did play Steen, and I happened to play Carew. They both hit, you know. I believe Carew assisted on both of on or how was it? And Carew had some assists. I'm not certain how it worked, but believe he had 2 assists. I think Steen had a goal. St. Louis, man, they hit against Calgary. They were a nice play. And tonight or tomorrow, I agree again, man. St. Louis is in play, dude. For certain, I like O'Reilly. Perron's numbers are obviously inflated after the last game, him getting a hat trick. Only points on the season for him was the last game. Not to say he's not playing well, though. I like Braden Shen. I like Steen, Maroon, Tarasenko. I agree with them. If you want to play defense, Bozak, Pareko, Pietrangelo, Bortuzzo, probably get you some savings, but I don't like the ice time for him so much. Carew, cheap. I think he's the third line center, I believe. Could be a fourth line center. I believe he's third line, though. So, yeah, St. Louis is definitely in play. And as far as Chicago goes, man, they were sneakingly, this top line was, man, I missed it totally and probably missed the train completely. Man, I'm like one of them old Western shows, chasing the caboose down the tracks right now, trying to hop aboard that top line. Taves, Kane, DeBrincat, man, they're definitely 100% in play. That's where their points come from. Joko Haru, I think he's a rookie this year, if I'm not mistaken. He's in play. He's playing a ton of minutes on the defensive side. Schmaltz is in play. He's 4 points on the year from him. All 4 being assist, which is fine with me. Duncan Keith, yeah, okay. He's got 3 points on the year. He's okay. Agree with you there. A little pricey for me. Brent Seabrook is in play. I like Chicago. This game could shoot out, man. I think you got to put a lineup of a game stack possibly. I think I'm going to game stack this one up, man. If possible, I'm going to game stack it up. You got anything else on this one?
Nothing on this one.
Fair enough. Buffalo going into Arizona, we have a 5. After I just ran it about the damn over-unders and shit, here's your 5. And we got Arizona as a home favorite, minus 120. We got Carter Hutton taking on Antti Ranta for the Arizona Coyotes. Glad to see they won their last game. I was on the right side of that one. No, it wasn't. I'm just joking with you, man. I know I was on the wrong side of that one. Whatever. What do you got here?
I like one play and one play only in this game. That's Carter Hutton. Right, Carter, right? First
Yeah.
name?
Yep.
Yeah, Carter Hutton here. Arizona punts on the shot, 36 shots, but the chances aren't really much there. They did have a few great minutes of possession time against Anaheim in the game the other night, but I really like Carter Hutton to get a lot of points here. Maybe only puts up 1, puts up 2 goals. He's going to see shots. I like him. Ranta equally in play, but I don't see him getting the shots that Hutton's going to have. But you look at this game, it's just a little bit too tough to get on. You look at goals for, Buffalo's averaging 2 goals a game. Goals for in Arizona, 0.7 goals a game. I mean, there's not really much scoring that's going to happen here. Yeah, you could say it's going to be Eichel with 3 goals on the year out of their 8. But 7,000 is just too much of a risk to put on Jack Eichel. In reality, should probably be a 62, 6,400 player. But they love him at 7,000. I guess they don't like him enough to anyone's really going to play him. Even on this late, even in the late slate, if you look, this game's not even a late slate matchup unless you're going to play the defense on this side of things. Don't like them, just play defense or play the goaltender. I have no interest in anything else.
Man, dude, you are such a hater on this Buffalo top line. I don't get it, man. Jack Eichel is he's a good hockey player. Connor Sheary, same thing that happened in Pittsburgh when he was on the top line with Sid. He played incredible. When they moved him down, he sucked ass. Dude, I'm not saying tomorrow is the game to play them or the slate to play them on, but Eichel, Sheary, and Reinhart, if you're going to play this game, that's who you take. Ristolainen, you can play him. You can play Okposo. I do like Carter Hutton in cash games. I do not think he's going to get enough shots at all to play in a GPP. He could shut Arizona out here. Honestly, he could do that. And then I guess I could possibly make him a GPP play if he was able to shut them out. But I'm not going to bank on the shutout. So, with that being said, Ranta is a cash game play. But as far as anything on the Arizona side of the game, I don't want nothing there. But, dude, you quit hating on that top line in Buffalo, man. Give them guys a chance. I'm telling you, dude. That's all I got.
It's not a hate thing as bad as, like you said, tomorrow's not the slate to do it. And you're right, their scoring's going to come from that top line. The other lines have been a little bit slow, but you say their names, they're going to come around. It's just, aside from the top line, you just haven't seen it, which is interesting because, I mean, that top line, like you said, added Connor Sheary, and it's like he all of a sudden meshes right in with them.
Oh, yeah, it's amazing. But the same thing did happen when he was playing in Pittsburgh. I mean, and he's a fast skater, man. He pushes the puck. He pushes that offense down the ice, and that's how Eichel plays, man. Eichel they didn't give him a C for no reason, man. He's a good skater. He's a good all-around hockey player. I like Eichel, but just not on this slate, man. There's way too many better plays. Had this been like a 3-game slate, I can guarantee you on a 3-game slate, I'm playing that top line. That's all there is to it. Win or lose, I'm playing them, man. That's all there is to it. Next game, Calgary heading into Colorado. We don't have a line on this one. We got projected Riddick. We're gonna I'll try to pay attention to that tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday. There's no promises, but pay attention to at DFS Quarry on Twitter, and I'll try to make sure I get that out. Make sure everything, and that goes with the rest of the games also. So. And then Varlamov for Colorado. Colorado, this game's a potential game stack too, to be honest with you, I think. What do you like in this one?
Yeah, I couldn't agree more here. Both teams are taking roughly 4 penalties a game. Both teams have proven, they're capable of scoring on the power play. Both of them have 5 power play goals on the year. You'll look here at Calgary, where are they coming from? They're coming from Shane Monahan. They're coming from Elias Lindholm. You got Colin Wilson at 3,600 price tag, got 2 power play goals on the year. Now, Colorado, be careful here because they've only given up 1 power play goal against them this year, and they've had the penalties. That's one thing you can say about Colorado. In 4 games, Colorado's been shorthanded 19 times, 4.75 penalties a game. I think they gave up their first one the other night against Columbus, actually. But I think that's a little bit risky, seeing the way Calgary's meshed. I'm like you. I like a little bit of both. I'm really going to stack. I like McKinnon. I'm going to have to play McKinnon, and I'm probably going to have to play Landeskog, both of those guys in this one. Rantanen, 7 points on the year's right wing at 6,000 price tag. That's a fair deal in the DraftKings world with that production at that price so far. You look again, Johnny Gaudreau, 7 points on the year at 6,400. Still a good play. Yeah, I like this, and like I think we both have said in prior videos and in prior conversations that we have a great deal of respect for the Colorado's defensive pairing. Eric Johnson's a 5,400, but at a 5,400 price tag in defensive terms, he's probably one I'm going to take a chance on. You know, him and Letang at their prices 54s, 5,700. They always seem to work better for me than when I try to take a chance on Carlson. The other night, Carlson, 2 points. Snowflake, thanks a lot. I like winner there, Eric Carlson, except in DraftKings. I don't like the snowflakes then. But you see Neil get on the board, 2 points on the year. He came in a little slow. I don't like the 5,000 on Neil right now. Kachuk, 5,600. He's in play. But if there's any place that I like looking at third line type material, it might be on this Colorado team in the third line areas, because you can get a nice price point on some of those guys. But I don't know who's going to come out on the top of this line. I just know I want a part of the offense, especially. It's probably going to be a late slate play for me, and then the main slate. I think this game might be a little bit risky to play for the main slate line, but definitely if you guys set up lineups in the late slate, this game's in play.
Yeah, I agree with you. We talked the other day before lock, a couple days ago, whatever it was, when the last time they played. And I was on Colorado, then I was off Colorado, then I was back on Colorado, and I ended up being totally off of them come that night, man. And what a fucking mistake that was, buddy. Man, that sucked. But what are you going to do? And I've been on Calgary as far as that goes this year. I rode them a couple times, and I was on the night they put up 7 goals or something like that. I was not on them the night that they shut out Nashville, but they only put up 3 goals that night, so it really didn't matter. And it definitely comes from, their top guys. It's Gaudreau. I like Kachuk in this one. He's got a goal and 6 assists on the year, so he's making it happen on that side. The same with Gaudreau. Lindholm, he's playing well. You got Monahan. He's got 4 goals and assists on the year. Giordano on the defensive end. He's got a goal and 3 assists on the year. Brody has 3 assists on the year, no goal. Them guys are all playing a ton of minutes, and they're all, I mean, they're affordable. They're getting up there in price now for the most part. But I still think you can definitely consider a stack here. You can consider a game stack here. Like you said, James Noah finally got up, points going here. For like Backlund, Noah Hannafin, I like him too. He's playing a lot of minutes on the defensive end too. He's got a point on the year. And when it comes to Colorado, man, it's that top line. Oh, man. I like Rantanen. I like McKenna. I like Soderberg. I like Tyson Barrie. I like Landeskog. Comfort's in play. He's not really playing a ton of minutes, though. Wilson, he's not playing a ton of minutes, but he's efficient. He's got 3 points on the year. Kerfoot, not playing a ton of minutes, but he's efficient. He's got 5 points on the year. You got Soderberg, playing a little more minutes, decent amount of minutes anyway. He's not up there with McKinnon or Rantanen as far as that goes, but he's still playing a decent amount of minutes. Johnson is playing minutes. He's got 4 points on the year. Colorado is completely in play on this side, man. And I'm not certain I'm with you as far as them being not in play for GPP in the main slate, man. I think they're totally in play. I think you probably play both sides of this even in a cash game. For certain on a late slate, you could easily do that. I like that game, man. I'm okay with that one. But like you said, Colorado does have a little bit of a formidable defense, so keep that in mind too, because they played defense pretty well the last game. I believe it was in Buffalo that they played, and I think they held Buffalo down a little bit. So maybe Calgary, not so much as Colorado, but I definitely like Colorado's side of this one, and I'll look into Calgary a little bit more. I may take a shot on Calgary. If I do take a shot on Calgary, it'd probably be that top power play line in a large field GPP. If I'm going to do it on the main slate, but I think it's totally both teams 100% a late slate game if they're on one for certain. And that's all I got on that game. You got anything else on that game?
Yeah, just your point. Yeah, you got to admit that I think the time that Colorado did give up a lot of goals, it was with Grubauer in net. So no, that was not a shot on Varlamov.
Yeah, I think he's holding. He's got like what 1.5 goals per game or some shit like that. Varley does. I think it's something like that. It's low, right? Pretty certain. I have to double check on that. But as far as that goes,
7.33 points per game in DraftKings for Varlamov. So
less than a goal a game. He's killing it, dude. He's killing it. He's definitely in play. You got to admit that.
We'll agree on that.
So, you ready to play the game?
Let's play the game.
All right. Oh man, I don't know if I should let you go first or not. Yeah, go ahead. What do you got here? What's your diamond stack?
He's a second. So my diamond stack, I'm going back. If you've been with us all the way, one of the fourth game we talked about was that Vancouver, Florida game. Give me that first power play unit line, which happens to be Elias Pettersson, Bo Horvat, and Alex Edler. First power play line, Vancouver, they're going to get some good opportunities, and I think you're going to convert on one. They're going to get you that 12 you need, along with Elias Pettersson, Graham getting you 2.5 shots a game. Alex Edler, 2.5 shots a game. Horvat, 2.25 shots a game. They're 6 shots a game, and between all three, they're putting one in behind the net. You're going to have a good night with them.
All right, man. I want Florida line one. I think they're going to go off tomorrow. I think they're going to put up a ton of goals against your Vancouver Canucks, man. I want Dadonov, I want Barkov, and Bjugstad. For certain, line one in Florida. They're going to, I'm telling you, we're going to see 12 points out of them.
I'll have the piece of that pie myself into Mars. Yeah, at least in one lineup. They're definitely in.
And as far as your snowflake stack, what are you looking at there?
We're going back to where you say that I hate on him so bad. That's folks, you've seen it here, written before the video long ago. Jack Eichel, Ristolainen, Kyle Okposo. Not a hate thing, guys. I can't stress that enough. It has nothing to do with hate. I hate his price tag at $7,000, yes, but I just hate the matchup going against was that Ranta at Arizona, who's having a pretty stellar time, and that doesn't, listen, it's no knock to Arizona's defense. You got to give them credit too. Ekman Larson's there. Connaughton plays great. He clears the puck really well, maintains puck possession. He's out there for 20 minutes. Like I said, I've been watching Arizona games since they're the late team a lot because I love watching the team. I hated to see Rick Tocchet go when he left the Penguins. He was a great assistant coach for us, but glad he got a head coaching job. You got Hjalmarsson with a lot of experience, Goligoski with the experience. I like Arizona's D here to shut him down.
No. No. Ain't going to happen, bud. That's a bad pick. Sorry. I am going with the New York Islanders top line. Beauvillier, Barzal, and Bailey. That's what I'm taking. The Islanders top line.
That's like our disagreement. We better on the other sides of the Islanders fence.
I hope the Islanders do well. I just don't think they're there yet. I think they got some pieces coming along. I think that losing Tavares really hurt them. But they got some guys that are coming along, like Kyle Clutterbuck, man. He's okay. I like their coach, man. I think he's a no nonsense coach. For him to it was it Shattenkirk, right? It was a healthy scratch, if I'm not mistaken, this past game. So,
That's the
he's
Rangers.
definitely. Oh yeah, that was the Rangers. I'm sorry, I'm on the wrong New York team there.
But
Ah,
you're right about
whatever.
Barry Trotz. He's a great coach there.
But yeah, I just don't think they're quite there yet. Maybe they're going to be competitive as far as that goes, but I'm definitely not on them in that game and not playing that game anyway. But that's who I got for my snowflake stack. So if you play them, you'll get to see a lot of snowflakes coming down the side there for you. And your Boulder Award, my friend. What do you got there?
I went with him once this year earlier. I think I've only hit one Boulder Award so far this year, but I'm going back to Ben Bishop against that Anaheim team. Yeah, I understand Anaheim's got some great offensive names to it. You look at Adam Henriques, getting points on the board. You look here where, not a lot of these guys have too many goals. Let's actually filter down. I want to tell this stat before they have one player, at least in the line that I have. I don't know what's wrong with my sort, but it's Max Comtois. 2 goals. That is their most goals scored by anyone. And they only have 10 goals through 4 games. Give me Ben Bishop for the shutout tomorrow.
And you're talking about Anaheim? Yeah, their top goal scorer on the year is Comtois, and he's got 2 goals. You got Raquel, Henrique, and Silverberg each have a goal. Street and Lindholm have a goal. Ryan Kessler has a goal. Carter Rowney has a goal, and Montour has a goal. That's it for the entire team, guys. That's it. These guys don't shoot a lot and they don't score a lot, Anaheim. But I like the Ben Bishop call. I would have picked him myself had you not, cut me out there. But it is what it is. With that being said, there is probably no other shutout goalie left on the slate. Man, dude, there is no other goalie left on the slate. You know what? Yes, there is, actually. I'm going to take him, too. I'm going to take Carter Hutton in the Buffalo Sabres. After their top line scores a goal or 2 for him, Carter Hutton's going to shut him down. That's what I believe. Anyway, what do you got left on this one? The whole slate. What do you got, man?
Well, just to break it down, guys, I think we have my big thing is I think you got to at least have a lineup in that Toronto-Washington, stack it however you may. I think it's going to be above on the 7. Vancouver, Florida, get a piece of that. Chicago, St. Louis, grab a little chunk of that. Calgary, Colorado, grab a chunk of that. Probably not goaltending any of those games. Stay away from the Islanders Nashville game. For me, it's a little bit risky. Columbus, Tampa Bay. Highlight of the day, will Tampa Bay score a multi-goal game for the first time this year against Columbus team? Anaheim, Dallas shouldn't be a very exciting game to watch, so don't even tune in. Just not thinking that's going to be a fun one. But, yeah, you know what? Points tomorrow in this main slate. You're going to see points. And the GPP league's probably going to have 65, 70 points winning it.
I agree with you. High scoring guys. You got to be targeting games and teams that you believe are going to go 5 goals or more. That's where you need to be, man. You need to be actually 6 goals, 7 goals, man. If you think one of these teams or a couple of these teams are really going to go off, man, other than Toronto or Washington, who I think are going to be super chalky on this slate, Um, you know, you need the goals. I don't mind you playing them at all. I think you should play them. For certain in cash games, you should definitely have a lineup or two going with them anyway, on either side because it could go either way. But that 7 over and under, man, you can't. How do you stay away from that? But I'm not saying that you got to go there in a GPP. You can. You just also have to find the right pairing to put them guys with. So you're gonna have to target other games no matter what. So I believe that my offenses that I'm definitely going to take a look at. I might be doing a couple different strategies here with tomorrow's slate. We'll see how that goes. I like Pittsburgh's offense in Montreal for certain. I like Columbus's offense in Tampa Bay. I do like both Toronto and Washington. Um, I like the Florida offense for certain. I like the Dallas offense for certain. I don't want any part of the Islanders Nashville game. I like St. Louis Chicago as a game stack, and I like them either way. Buffalo Arizona, I want no offense in this one either. And I do like, Calgary and Colorado. I like them, but I really think that it's more the Colorado side as opposed to the Calgary side in that game. Although I do really like Calgary too. As far as goalies go, I'm already down to 4. I think you could probably go a couple different other ways, but my goalie pull is DeSmith. Believe it or not, for Pittsburgh, I kind of like him. I do like Reamer in Florida. I like Ben Bishop, and I like Carter Hutton. I believe all those guys are in play. Carter Hutton only for cash. I don't think you take a shot on him in a GPP at all because I believe that game is going to be low scoring no matter what. And Ben Bishop, I sort of believe that is just a cash game play too because I think with Anaheim's low shot total on the year, I don't think there's going to be enough shots there for a GPP. Although I do think that DeSmith and Reamer are both GPP plays, and that's everything that I absolutely have for this slate. And that's everything that I pretty much got for this video. Jared, you got anything else going on?
All right, guys, thanks for sticking with us. Like always, we're here for you. Tomorrow we'll be back with another 3-game slate breakdown on Sunday. Looking forward to it. Guys, you can't get sharp bit tomorrow. They're not on.
Yeah. Fair enough, man. With that being said, hey, give us a thumbs up, a like down there if you like the video. Let a comment if you so desire to do so. Let us know if there's anything else you might want to hear from us as we're trying to break through this 9-game slate. We try to kind of rush through as much as we can. I know there's not a lot of information there, but you guys aren't. If you're watching this video, you're playing NHL DFS. You know who to stay away from for the most part, and a lot of the major plays and whatnot. So it doesn't pay for us to, we just try to really give you what we're looking toward and what we're trying to do for ourselves, man. I mean, this is how we play the game. This is what we do in our own mind, breaking this shit down every day, and we hope it helps you. And if it does help you, man, let us know. Hit us up on at DFS Quarry on Twitter, man. Send us some screenshots if you do happen to hit with some of the plays, man, that we're giving you. We'd like to see it, man. We'll retweet it, put it out there. Hell, if you win, you should be proud of it, man. Let it be known that you're winning. It's hard to win in this, especially GPP. So if you're doing all right, man, let us know. We appreciate everything. We appreciate you guys sticking around watching the video with us. And we'll see you next time, man. We'll be back again tomorrow night, right around the same time, maybe a little bit earlier. We'll see how it works out. But other than that, guys, have a good one. I'll see you, Jared.